Welcome to this video. So today, in this video, I'm going to be finally reading Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. If you haven't heard of Fourth Wing, where have you been? I'm not gonna hold it though because this is really fucking heavy. We'll set her down, but let's chat. So Fourth Wing is a romantasy novel by Rebecca Yarros that came out earlier this year, sometime in the early spring, and it completely swept the book community by storm. Like, everybody was talking about this book. I first heard about this book when I was watching Olivia Reads a Latte. She posted about this book in her April wrap-up, I think, and I remember watching that and being like, that video actually sounds pretty interesting. And I texted my friend that had recommended that I read ACOTAR. And I was like, hey, have you heard about this book? Sounds pretty good. And she was like, no, I haven't. I'm kind of like in the middle of some other stuff, book-wise, whatever. And so I put it on my TBR because it sounded good. And then I essentially fucking forgot about it. And then I feel like in the week that I had forgotten about it, it blew the fuck up. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was reading it. I think it has been the most popular book on Storygraph for like months now. And I was like, oh my god, fucking what? So I kind of I put it on hold at the library pretty much right after it kind of started blowing up. But I was like, 400 in line. So I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna take a long time. And then my cousin started texting me about it. My friend that recommended I read ACOTAR started texting me about it. And suddenly everybody that I knew had read this book except me, and I was like, oh my god, I need to read this book. And then my cousin gave me her copy, so that's what I have here is my cousin's copy. She read it, I think, on her Kindle and then ordered this, so it took a while for this to come in. So and then she gave it to me, and I've had this book since like July, I think. Yeah, July. Which is a really long time to have a book that is probably going to be named one of the best books of the year. At least the most popular. So since it kind of blew up, I kind of like put off reading it because I was scared. Because I didn't really know if I was going to love it. So I just kind of put off reading it, and then finally I was just like, October has to be the month that I read this book. So, October is the month that I'm going to read this book. Let's talk about what it's about. So, Fourth Wing is a fantasy novel that's heavy on the romance, and I don't really know much else about it. I am kind of going into this book without knowing what it's about. I know that there's dragons. I know that there's, like, enemies to lovers. I know that our main character's name is Violet, and she did not want to go to the dragon place. She wanted to be, like, a writer. But that's really all I know. I kind of want to just go into this book and just read it all in one day and just binge the entire thing, because that's what it sounds like everybody else did, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, welcome to this video. I'm gonna read Fourth Wing. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts at the end, maybe film some of my live reactions, because I've heard that the last, like, bit of it is, like, fucking crazy. So, I don't know. Let's see. Am I gonna love it? I'm not gonna hate it. I don't think I'm gonna hate it, but I don't know if I'm going to, like, I don't know. We'll see. So, without further ado, enjoy this video. This is my first official update on Fourth Wing. So I am fucking breezing through this book. I'm on page 244. This is my, like, first official update. I don't want to say I'm going to finish this book tonight, but I'm definitely going to finish this book tonight. I am loving it. I'm not going to say this is, like, the most complex piece of literature ever written. It's not, like, blowing my mind, but I am engrossed with it, and I just cannot put it down. It is so interesting, and even though up until this point I've kind of guessed where the story was going to go, I'm still loving it. I love Violet. I think she is a fantastic character. I really like that she's underestimated, but she's like, fuck you guys, because I'm, like, also 5 feet tall, so I get it, you know? Like, people don't think you can do things, and then you do them anyways, because even though you're small, doesn't mean you can't do stuff. So I love that aspect. I like her sort of, like, this group that we have kind of found. I'm so intrigued with the story. I know the ending is going to be a fucking mess, and I just cannot wait to figure out what happens. I also love the artwork, and I love the little, like, quotes at the beginning of each chapter. There's, like, little references to, like, literature. So, literature within the book itself. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like she put in a lot of world building within it. To just have these little, like, fake pieces of literature that exist within the world of the book. It's really interesting. Although, she did name the continent, so that's funny. But, I mean, I get it. I get why everybody's obsessed with this book. Like, I get it. Like, I can't stop reading it. It is so good. I'm so engrossed. I can't fucking put it down. So, I don't want to say I'm going to finish it tonight, because it's, like, already 9, and I have to work tomorrow, but I'm probably going to finish this book tonight, because I'm definitely over halfway through. I didn't mean to, like, not update, but I can't believe I put this book off for so long, but I feel like by putting it off for so long, I've kind of, like, been able to block a lot of stuff out, so now I'm just kind of, like, trying to form my own opinions on it, and I just can't wait to see how this shit turns out. So, I'm gonna keep reading. I'll update you guys. If I don't finish it tonight, I'll update you guys tomorrow morning about where I'm at, but if I do finish tonight, I'll still update. I'll update tomorrow, regardless if I finish it or don't finish it, and we'll see where I'm at. So, I finished Fourth Wing. I finished it a little bit ago, so this is kind of like a, like, you know, we're talking about it a little bit after the fact, but what to say about Fourth Wing? Okay, I didn't give a lot of updates because I literally read this book in one day. Like, I could not fucking put it down. But let me just say, I liked it. Um, I didn't love it, but I really liked it. I mean, where to even fucking start? Like, it was kind of like Rebecca Yarros went on TikTok for like 30 minutes and watched a bunch of videos of like what romantasy readers love to see. Like, we've got found family, we've got enemies to lovers, we've got spicy sex, we've got powers with sex, we've got like morally gray characters, we've got like sort of badass woman, we've got dragons. Like, she just compiled a list of like things that everybody loves and put them into a fucking book, and it worked. Like, I'm not gonna say it didn't work. Okay, let's talk about this book. So, as you know, we follow Violet going through her shit, going through, and I don't know, I just liked it. It was just like fucking no thoughts, head empty. Like, I just loved that I just was reading this and I was just like, this is vibes, it is vibes, it is vibes, and I loved those vibes. I just thought it was just so fucking fun. Like, so fucking fun. Like, I haven't read a fantasy in a while that just was like a good time. And that's what this book was. This book was just a really good time. And I'm not hating on the people that love it, because I did really enjoy it, but definitely nowhere close to the best fantasy book I've ever read. But it was just so intriguing. Like, could not put it down because it was just like so easy to read. Like, there's nothing too complicated about the story. Like, I mean, they literally use days of the week. Like, they use Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, nothing about this book is like insanely complex. But I just think that it had so many things that romance fantasy readers love, that's why it blew up. Which isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I love tropey books, but this book is like the ultimate tropey book. Like, really liked Violet. I know that people kind of had some differing opinions on her, and like definitely there's people that did not like this book, but I liked Violet a lot. I liked her sort of different way of thinking. I really liked sort of the way she's kind of like, you know, like, I have chronic illness. I'm always in fucking pain. So like, you think you're in pain now? Like, that's my threshold. Like, I just thought that we don't see that in fantasies a lot, so I think to sort of bring that to the table. And obviously, I don't have a chronic illness. I can't speak on that, but I think that to bring that into a fantasy is something that isn't really seen a lot. Especially like a chronic illness that is physical and not mental. And then we have Xaden. Okay. Yeah, I just... fucking Xaden, dude. Like, Xaden is like if you took Rhysand and like put him through a fucking garlic press and then added a sprinkle of like fucking, I don't know, Castile from Blood and Ash, and like just a bunch of, I don't know. Xaden was like cookie cutter, morally gray, like love interest, but like touch her and I'll kill you kind of shit. And I mean, again, you know, I'm eating it up. Like, I'm fed. This was, yeah, like, I did not leave this book hungry. I don't know. There's just, I feel like there's so much I could say, and yet, what can I say that hasn't already been said? Like, I don't know. Just, if you're looking for a good fucking fun time, this is the book for you. Like, if you're looking for a book that just, like, is vibes and just puts everything that you've ever liked about any fantasy you've read into a book, this is the book for you. If you want a book with dragons, you know, here we go. Okay, and this is going to be the point of the video where I talk about some spoilers. So, if you've not read Fourth Wing and you don't want to talk about spoilers, anything after this point I'm going to consider spoilery. So, if you don't want to hear about spoilers, turn off the video now thank you for watching. I'll see you later. If you want to hear about spoilers from here on out, spoilers. Okay, so let's talk about some spoilers. So, the dragons. I did not love... Well, okay. I liked the dragons. The personalities of the dragons was a little bit unexpected. Also, everybody in this book talks like it's 2023. I don't know. Sometimes swearing in fantasy is just, like, really interesting to me. But, anyways, the dragon personalities... I mean, these are, like, hundreds, thousands of year-old creatures, and they're talking like they're 25-year-olds. Which I thought was interesting. And, I don't know. It was, that was weird. But, anyways, kind of going in, because, like, everybody talks about how the last part of this book was, like, oh my god, fucking jaw-dropping. I mean, like, yes, Xaden actually being a bad guy. Not actually being a bad guy, but, like, Xaden, like, kind of, like, the reveal of, like, Xaden is helping, like, the other province? Xaden is helping the other country, and, like, actually, like, the country that lives in, like, hasn't been entirely honest. I don't know, that shit, well, I feel like it was interesting. Again, it's, like, nothing that hasn't been done before. I just think, like, everything in it together was something that's never been done before, but the sort of betrayal where your country has been lying to you the whole time wasn't original, and, like, I did think it was intriguing, but it didn't have my jaw on the floor. I was like, oh, shit, okay. Probably could have seen that coming, that your country's lying to you. Liam's death, though, fucked me up. Did not see that coming. Was a lot. And, okay, then the last bit, where Violet's brother has been alive the whole time, I definitely didn't quite see it coming, but I think, like, reading this book, and kind of going into it, knowing that everybody was like, holy shit, what the fuck, oh my god, this book was so good. I was kind of like, wouldn't it be crazy if her brother was alive? That would be wild. So, it was kind of just like a random thought I had, and then I kind of pushed it to the side. So when it happened, I was kind of like, oh, I did have that thought. So, like, I totally was kind of surprised by it, but since I had, like, I was like, what's the fucking weirdest thing that could happen? Her brother could be alive. That would be wild. And then he was, and I was like, oh, shit. I didn't mean to, like, think about that and spoil myself, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to think about things that could be happening, but then, like, I don't know, probably, like, the 2 hours that I wasn't reading this book, because I read this book in one day. 2 hours that I wasn't reading this book, I was thinking about it, and then I was like, huh. Kind of crazy if her brother was alive, and he was. I was like, fuck, goddamn. But that's all I have to say about this book. It was really fucking good. It was a good goddamn time. And I am super excited to read the next one. And, okay. This is my Fourth Wing mini reading vlog. So, thank you for watching. I'm so happy I finally read this book. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. Let me know if there's any other videos you'd like to see from me in the future. Have a good day. Bye.